Good morning, how we doing today? My name is James Sweeney, aka Split Suit. Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to answer a question sent in by Michael, and Michael asked the following. Hi James, my question is how do you know how well you're running in live poker? I've played about 500 hours live at 1-2, and I'm up about 7 grand. Despite being up this amount of money, I honestly feel as though I'm running a lot below EV. So Michael, you are definitely not alone here. I've met maybe 3 people over the last 10 years or so who have objectively said, yep, I'm running really hot. But breaking it down, you are making $14 per hour right now. So if we look at a topside hourly in 1-2 or just live cash in general, usually at 1-2 or 2-5, that topside hourly is going to be about 10 big blinds per hour, which means $20 per hour when you're playing 1-2. You're already kind of almost there if you look at it, and given that the average poker player is actually a losing poker player, you're doing quite well compared to the overall field. That said, assuming you're playing 30 hands per hour, which can definitely be generous in a live environment by the way, that's a maximum of 15,000 hands. So while 500 hours feels like a ton of hours, it's only 15,000 hands maximum at the end of the day, and honestly with such a small sample I wouldn't even do a complete stat dive on a player. Usually I wait until they have 40 or 50,000 hands before I do that. So if I couldn't do a basic leak analysis for you at 15,000 hands, I certainly can't try to deduce your overall luck in such a small sample. And when people start complaining about luck, and by the way, Michael, I'm not saying that you are here, but a lot of people, when it comes to the I'm running below EV conversation, tend to just feel like, oh, I run really bad. Go back and review the last 3 hands where you doubled up, and really work through them and look at them and say, okay, how likely was it for me to wake up with my whole cards in this spot? How likely was it for my opponent to find a hand within their range that could pay me off in this situation? How likely was it for the board to hit favorable and or remain favorable throughout the hand in this situation? Sometimes by analyzing those kind of things, it can really help change your perspective from, oh, I run really bad to, oh, actually, I did run pretty well in this situation or that spot, and start taking some objective looks at that. And if nothing else, it gives you another hand history to analyze. The overall point is that it's very easy to feel like you are running below EV, and maybe you are, but just as likely you could actually be running quite good over this sample size. Not saying that you are, not saying you aren't, but it's definitely something to consider because so many people just dismiss the possibility that they're running good over a small or a medium or a long-term sample and only ever focus on the fact that things could be going poorly for them or aren't going as well as they could possibly be. That may not be the case, especially when you start objectively studying your hand histories out and saying, okay, was this good, bad, or something in between? But try not to harp on it either way, because at the end of the day, you cannot control your luck. Whether you're running really good, really bad, bad for a long period of time, good for a short period of time, you can't control any of that. You can only control your actions and your reactions. So make sure you're studying, putting in those hand history analyses, and working on things that you know you're currently weak at. Make sure that you're preparing yourself for making good, strong, real-time decisions, and make sure that when you are facing adversity mentally, either running bad or facing tilt in any capacity, that you're reacting appropriately. The more work you do off table, the easier this is going to be to do in real time, and the better grasp you have on how good or bad you actually are running. So Michael, hopefully this helps give you a frame for thinking about running good or running bad and just what you should be doing between sessions. Again, can't control your luck whatsoever. Good luck trying to. Instead, focus on the things you can control, your actions, your reactions, what you do between sessions, and the decisions you're making at the table. Same as always, if you need anything at all, please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below, and make sure to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this kind of video. And if you have your own question that you'd like to send in, you can always do so at splitsuit.com/ask. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in a new video shortly, and until next time, good luck out there and happy grinding.